welcome back to season 2 of Kinda All Good.
Hello, guys. We missed you. This is our first podcast recording in a really long time.
We're mixing things up. We want to have fun. We've talked a lot. Well, we took definitely a break over the holidays, which was much needed. But once we kind of got back onto our saddle and started to think about things, we really wanted to kind of mix things up, think about what's good about the podcast, what we want to have done differently, that sort of thing. And one thing we want to do is just kind of have more fun with this. We don't want to be kind of drinking on the same kind of like deep conversations all the time, which do have their time and place. We love and respect that, but we kind of want to have fun with that. So we are playing Jeopardy today, and I'm sure you guys can see on the screen if those are you watching are on YouTube or any socials, but we've got a little Jeopardy game. Weilyn, want to introduce us our categories for today?
Yeah, for sure. So our categories for today are number 1, college craze. Number 2, growth and goals. Number 3, the world needs to know. And number 4, fun facts. And so we've put together like a little Jeopardy board for those of you watching on YouTube and now on Spotify, which is really exciting. But yeah, we thought this would be like a fun way to kick off the new year, get to know us a little bit better, and just like start us off on like a lighthearted note. So Ali, do you want to do the honors and give us a thing?
Absolutely. I'm going to go for the world needs to know 300.
Ooh, okay. Why were you named Ali?
Oh my goodness, good question. Okay, so my real full name is Alexandra Jessica DeBow. DeBow came from my parents, and Jessica, kind of random. I honestly have no idea why I was called Jessica. I guess they just like the name. Alexandra, it was like strong, man's defender. It's actually super funny though, because my mom made this like baby book where she put all these things like, oh, what were you like when you were leading up to the birth,
cute,
blah, blah, blah. And they asked her, like, why'd you name Alexandra? And she was like, it was all these nice things. And then she goes, it was a very unique name. I don't know if you know, my grade at school had like 12 Alexanders and Alexandras. So I don't know what she was on, but like not a unique name for my age. Love it. Timeless, but not unique. Anyways, I love my name Alexandra, but pretty young. The first place I went to when I was very young was Bali. So near Hong Kong, that was like the first place that I went to when I was quite young. And somehow, I don't know where it happened, but somehow Alexandra came to Ali. It's not that uncommon. I know a couple, but it was like Ali, Bali, it was like a thing. And I started to play sports, and Alexandra was kind of long to say, Alexandra, pass the ball. And so I was definitely Alex up until upper primary. No, definitely lower primary. I was like, Alex, I'm cool. I'm Alex. Upper primary, still Alex. I was Alex D. But then there was another Alex D in our grade. And this Alex D is very different from myself, Alex D. And I just wanted to like not associate with that. I wanted to make sure there was never a confusion in conversation. Middle school, first day of school, Miss Frendel's class, Central, Pandas. What's your name? I said, Allie. That was the rebrand. So that was a long-winded answer.
I love that. Wait, the funny thing about names and nicknames is I feel like it's like such a small change, but it really makes you feel like you've like rebranded yourself.
Oh, 100%. Rachel is like on my ass about not having anything to do with Alexandra. She's like, you have to be consistent. Because even with like press and things like that, sometimes it says Ali, sometimes it says Alexandra. My parents are kind of worried I'm going to have like an identity crisis, or like someone's going to steal my identity, which like isn't something that's like, I would say, keeping me up at night, but like it's something I got to think about, like where do I want to be professionally. So not too worried about it, but that if anyone has any thoughts on if I should be, my brand should be Ali DeBow or Alexandra DeBow, please do let me know. It's been something I've been tossing and turning about all night long. No, but what about you, Weilyn? Okay, so there's a Way and there's a Weilyn. Tell me the story there.
Yeah, so a couple of things about my name. My surname comes from like Zhang, which is like very popular, but it's the Hakka translation, which is like where my dad is, like his like ethnic, I don't know, something along those lines. Our history is in the Hakka tribe. So that's always really special to me. And then my middle name is Ashley because I'm like I got baptized when I was really little. So my like Italian godparents and my other godparents like chose that name for me, I guess. So Ashley. And then Weilyn is a couple of things. One, just fun fact, is that like it rhymes with every one of my cousins' names, which is really fun. So like Kaylin and Weilyn and Zayden and Gordon, and like all of us have like rhyming names.
Oh my God.
Which is always kind of fun. And then I think my name like has some like Chinese like significance to it.
My parents Seems
Yeah,
right.
it's like it has something to do with like if I work hard, like there'll be abundance in my future. I think.
Checks
I
out. Checks out.
honestly,
I believe it. I believe it.
I don't know.
Happy Chinese New
But
Year, by the way.
yeah. Oh my goodness, happy Chinese New Year. But the nice thing about my name, I think, is that my parents like did a really good job of like splitting. So like the Wei part is like very Chinese, and then like the Lin
Mm,
part, like Lyn, is like a more common like Western way of spelling Lin.
that's such a
And so
good
they were like
point.
already melding kind of like two worlds together or whatever,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
I never
And
thought of it
yeah.
that way. Because like Lin, if you say
Mhm.
Lin in Chinese, like Yin is like Lin.
Exactly. Yeah, and my Chinese like pinging is
Oh.
Ling,
Oh
and my sister
yeah.
is the opposite. So like I think like Kay is like not a very common like Chinese thing. It's like a very, I guess,
K-A-Y.
like it's
No,
like
yeah.
westernized, and then like
Yeah.
Lin is like traditional.
That's
Um
so interesting.
yeah.
Oh my
Well, fun
goodness. This was
fact.
kind of fun. Okay, Waylon, you're up.
Yeah. Let me do college Craze 200.
Okay. Ooh, hot
Ooh,
take about
hot take about
college. Oh
college.
my goodness, I'm excited. Go off.
Hot take about college. Wait, I haven't thought of one. I feel like when I wrote, so full disclaimer, I wrote these yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna like not like know what to say, or like I'm gonna know exactly what to say. But my hot take about college, I think my hot take is that like, oh, what is my, you go first. I'm like stressed.
No, you're all good. I'm like kind of going back and forth. I have like a couple on my mind. I've got hot takes
Go
to be
for
fair.
all of them.
One, just college is really what you make of it. Like you can go to like a nothing ranking school, just gonna as opposed to like call US college degree, whatever the ranking is. Literally make the most experience of your life. Take every class you could ever want. Network with all amazing people. Have every opportunity, and like have the best college experience ever. You could go to the top school in the world for you in whatever field that is and have the most negative college experience because you never leave your dorm, you never do anything exciting, you never like put yourself out there. So it's truly what you make of college. Like it really, really, really is. If you just like get into college and expect everything's coming for you, like no, you got to put yourself out there. That's my hot take.
I love that. I feel like my hot take is that like you don't have to be friends with everyone.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not sure if like that's like a super hot take. I feel like it's really common, but I feel like when I came in freshman year, I was like really not jealous, but like I had a lot of friends who had like a lot of friends, and they just like knew everyone on the street. They knew like everyone walking to class,
Yeah.
and that was really special for them. But I realized like I am someone who like loves having like a small group of people that
Yeah.
I'm really close with. Another hot take, the snow is not it.
Mm.
Mm,
Haven't
yeah,
been there yet, but like I support
you
that. No, the cold is
understand.
not it. I was like in cold and wind. You're right.
Cold and wind, and then just like walking to like a
No, it's
class that you're
not.
not super interested and excited
100%.
about, it's a little different. Um
100%. Also, just in general, college is rigged. That's just like another, that's not that hot take, but like it's so rigged and it's so, yeah, it's completely rigged.
yeah,
Applications,
100%.
admissions, completely rigged. So that's not that hot of a take. That's a cool take now that I just need everyone to remember. For anyone listening who's maybe going through the college process right now, it's rigged. There's so many factors. It's a lot of luck. So don't think it's
Yeah.
a merit competition by any means.
Yeah. I think like the last one for me, wow, all the hot takes are just coming out.
You're just coming
But
now.
I think the last thing for me is like college is a time for you to be selfish with your time. Like you
Ooh.
don't have a lot of time. Like don't waste it on anything. If you don't feel like you're getting the most out of an experience, or it's not for you, like thank it for being a part of your life. Like be grateful that like you had that experience, or that you were this person's friend, but like don't stay any longer than you have to. Like you gotta go. You have places to go, like go to those places.
Oh my God, Waylon, that was amazing. That's
Yeah,
such a good point. Like that applies to everything. That applies to like friends. That applies to classes you don't like. That applies to activities. That applies to everything. That's so true. If
100%.
you don't like it, say thank you next. Thank you, Ariana Grande.
Exactly. And it doesn't mean that that experience didn't change you as a person.
No,
It just means
no.
that you're ready for more experiences, which
Yeah,
is
for
a good and awesome thing.
yeah. I was
Sorry,
talking to my
I'm getting all emotional
No,
about this.
it's so true. Like it's the same thing. I was talking to my sister about this the other day, but like this is like a little tangential as all our conversations
Mhm.
are. But this has to do with friends. Like we're talking about like different types of friends, blah, blah, blah. But the way I see it is like friends are either there for a reason, a season, or forever. So a reason is
Mm,
like, I would say like a
beautiful.
situational friend, that girl or guy you're friends with because they're in your math class and you guys study together, or like maybe you guys are on the same like hockey team. Like that's cool. You guys are like situation brought you guys together. That's awesome. Maybe you wouldn't have found each other, but like situation brought you two. Number two is like season is like you're only there for like, it's fine. Like I have friends who they were great for a part of my life. No shame, no tea, nothing bad, but like that was good for my part of my life. And we love that. Thank you. Next, move on, as you just said. And then the third one is forever. And that just goes without saying. Like people have magical connection people, and those are forever. So yeah.
I think it's really important to be able to like not categorize your friends, but like know like what type of friend you are to that person and what type of friend they are to you. Because oftentimes like you get really confused. You're like, oh, like this person is like biffle for life, right? And then it's like,
I love that. Biffle.
and then it's like maybe that's not their position right now. Like maybe that's not who they are for you at that moment. And that's completely fine. Everyone's on this journey.
No,
all
absolutely.
of the fun things.
Because like the worst thing is also when like you expect like the expectations almost of you guys are friends are like mixed match. Like you want more from someone or they want more from you or vice versa. That just gets really confusing. And better to the communication. So yeah, definitely hot takes, just went into friendship hot takes, but a lot of college is about making friends and talking
100%.
to new people. So yeah, that's just in general. Like I would say the most about college, like speaking to people who are older, they don't ever remember like, oh, remember in like that lecture, the third day we talked about this. Like, no, you remember the friends in those little moments. So yeah, that's definitely the thing you remember most.
Yeah, I feel like I always do this like short, quick like analysis for myself where I'm like, will I regret this in 10 years? Will I regret not doing this in 10 years?
Yeah.
And like it really helps me like take a step back from like the pressure or whatever I'm feeling at that moment. And if the answer is like, I'm going to regret this, then I'm like, you got to try it out. If the answer is like, you're not going to regret this and it's going to cause you a lot of stress, whatever, say thank you and like move on. Really quickly, I saw this on TikTok, but there's like this thing called like the 5-on-5 thing. Ooh. Where it's like, if you're not going to worry about something in 5 years, then only spend like 5 minutes like reflecting and like kind of like moving on from that moment. So I don't know,
it's true.
Some take there.
No, I love that. Super important. Okay, next one. I'm going to Fun Facts 400.
Ooh, Fun Facts 400. Okay.
Best joke, you know?
Joke you know.
Oh my God, no, that's so hard. My entire time I've been here with my family, I'm leaving in 2 days for Paris, by the way. Super excited. But the last 6 weeks, my one goal, and I mean literal one goal to be here with my family, is to convince the entire family and have them just confess to me privately, but more importantly, in front of everyone else, that I'm the funniest person in the family. And the fact that I have to do that shows probably that I'm not the funniest person in the family. But no, I definitely take my humor very seriously, anti-seriously. And I would definitely say I have lame pun jokes, random niche jokes.
You're very good at pun jokes.
It was a thing. I had a phase in like 9th grade. Every single one of my Instagram captions was a pun. And like that was my worth. Nothing else. If I could make a pun, life was good. I don't know. Best joke I know. There's like classic ones I know, like, what does the Pope sleep on? Holy sheets. Ha ha ha. I don't know. What do you call someone who's irritating from the What do you call someone who's irritating from the capital of Vietnam? Hanoi. Like, I don't know what to tell you. These are bad ones. These are all ones that I came up with myself, I have to say. But
wait, really?
Yeah. Okay. Unless maybe they exist, but like, you know, okay, this is like an idea in general, but like sometimes there's ideas in the world and like someone thinks they thought of the idea themselves, even though the idea already existed. They came to it themselves. I came to it myself. Maybe it exists. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
I love that. It's like the time when I was like 5 and I mixed blue and green together and I thought I invented a color. And my mother was like, and I asked my mom, like, what should I name the color? And she was like, name it turquoise. And I was like, whoa, turquoise. Like I invented turquoise. Not me as 5 thinking I invented a color.
Oh, I love that. So no, but like honestly, that was sky's the limit. It was like, oh my goodness, like the dimensions of how inventing a color. In 7th grade, I thought I invented a different way how to cross multiply. That was ego bust when that realized that did not happen. I was like, I invented cross multiplication. Like, oh my goodness. Like, you know, you got like similar, it's like 3/5 the same as 6/10, or it's like 6/x. What is x? I thought I invented the way to do that. Did not. My math teacher's like, well, if you did, like that would be a huge deal. We would have like, it would be like a school, you have to get it like notarized. I'm like, okay, this is a big deal. My press, is everyone ready for me to become famous? Mom, dad, are you ready for me to be a mathematician? Are you ready? The world was not. Neither was I.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. No, the funny thing about math teachers is that I feel like there was like one very significant gap. All my closest friends know this, but it's kind of like a hush hush secret because it's a very humbling moment for me. Ooh. But basically when I was in 2nd grade, like I was doing a subtraction problem, and it like had 3 digits. It was like a 3-digit subtraction problem.
That's a tough
one, right?
Tough one.
And I was like doing it. I thought I was doing it correctly. And then my TA of the class was like, no, like you can't do it this way. Like the way you're like carrying your 1 is like wrong. And then the bell rang and I never found out what I was doing wrong. So till this day, every time I subtract, I'm like a little nervous I'm subtracting wrong. Just a little.
No, I
always
feel
like
that
flashes back to that moment. And like I tell people sometimes I'm like I'm nervous I don't know how to subtract properly. So like now even like I add like everything I subtract, which is really
that makes
weird.
sense.
Like, I think about like how to add it to that number.
The difference. No, that's good. My school
Is it
mixed me up. No, because I learned addition and subtraction the traditional way. Like my mom, whenever we would go on trips, like my mom brought, like, goodness love her to death, she brought us like workbooks and coloring and practice and crosswords and like everything, word searches. So I was doing 4 times like what 8 and 392 plus 536. I am a mathematician in 2nd grade. But then in school, we did not, like our school was very like avant-garde. We're not going to teach long multiplication or a long division. We're going to teach, I'm not even joking, partial products and partial quotients. If you know, you know. And my God, to this day, I do not know how to divide. I am not joking. The only way I do it is through partial quotients. It makes no sense. It's like multiplying it back. It's like multiplication backwards. I do not know how to long divide. It is the death of me. And I blame my school system. But yes,
it's crazy how it shapes you. Do you remember, this is a little off tangent, but do you remember when you were in elementary school and we had this like 60-second like solve as many problems as possible, and then all the kids would like slap it on the table when they were done?
I was that kid. Me and my best friend Sophie, who the most intense, like how many could you do? And then God forbid if you got it done first, but then you had an error, just quit the class. Just quit the class. No one wants to see you anymore. Oh my God, the 60-second multiplication, dude, I like sweat. That and the beep test, 2 most stressful days of my life.
Truly.
Easy. 2 most stressful days. Only to be replaced by high school. Yes, exactly. I was going to say only to be replaced by the mile run and 12-minute swim in high school. So thank you. Thank you.
The funny thing about the mile and the 12-minute swim, I'm not sure if you do this when you run too, but like every time I ran that, I was like, these teachers are going to realize like I am Olympic level like athlete. And like I was running probably like the slowest and like my swim form was probably the worst, but I was like, this is what high peak like performance looks like. And like whenever I run now, like I'm like I am the main character, like despite how like how weird or like how like frizzy or whatever my hair looks like, I'm like, this is what it means to live.
That's so true. Like I was just like, I run every day. Like I think that's maybe why running definitely gives you main character energy, especially. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, if you're running somewhere and no one else is running, you feel like a fucking queen. Dude, I have people cheering me on. Sometimes I don't just be someone clapping. They're like, yeah, you go. Like it feels good. It feels good. It really does. 100%. Like, so this is a PSA. If you don't like running, don't worry. Most people don't. Go for the ego boost. Go for the main character moment. Because it does something for you. It really, really does. Put some jams on. Listen to something that makes you feel good. Get emotional. Sometimes the best runs are after like a good cry or a good fight or just like a victorious moment. Like you need to just 100%.
Run. Olivia Rodrigo's Sour album. Blasting,
rain
falling, me running, me running by the pier.
Wait, you didn't tell me you were a poet.
Oh my goodness, I know. What can I say? And that's why she was my 2021 Spotify Wrapped top 1 artist because too many sad runs.
Me too. We were listening to Trader in the car today as the family. My dad thought it was a passive aggressive dig at him because I was mad at him, but we're not saying anything. We're not saying anything at all.
I love it. Oh my god.
Okay, what's on you? Okay. What's your next Jeopardy?
Ooh, let's do the world needs to know 200.
Yes.
If you were a salad, what would it be?
Oh, I love this. Go off, queen. Go off.
Ooh, okay. So this is kind of inspired by a question I was recently asked about what type of pizza would I be? And I was like, I would be a square margarita. And I was like, well, no. I was like, that's such a bad answer. But you know what? There's no such thing as a bad answer.
That's true.
If you were a salad, what would it be? I like the idea of a salad because like there's so many things that go into it.
True.
So I feel like I would be, actually, I'm gonna switch it up.
Go.
I'm going to say, let's make it that I make a salad to describe you and you make a salad to describe me.
Oh my God. I love that.
Okay,
I love that.
So if you were a salad, I feel like, are you like a butter lettuce kind of gal?
My go-to favorite, to be completely honest, I like kale. I'm a kale girl. I don't know why. It feels it. Massage that kale. Put the olive oil in. Massage her.
Ooh, massage the kale with like a little lemon juice. I feel
high
like
maintenance. Like 100%. Yeah, a little bit of the sour album. Exactly. You got it.
A little bit of the sour album. I feel like you would have a lot of fruit in yours. Like I imagine like strawberries. Like, and I think fruit is always like, I associate fruit with you as like a form of love. So like I feel like, you know, you like put a lot of love into the things that you are. But also the nice thing about fruit is that there's a lot of different variations. And I feel like your love for things like vary in shapes, form, and sizes. And like it takes so many different forms, which I love about you. And then I would put something like unexpected, like something like, I'm trying to think, what would be something unexpected? I don't know. Maybe like a fig slice or something.
Ooh,
like something sweet.
I love figs. I love figs.
Something like unexpectedly sweet that like most people I feel like don't know about you, that you have like such a beyond like caring, and like you are truly one of the best listeners I know. But it's also like you have an energy. I guess like figs have this energy. Sure, we'll go with that. But like you have an energy that people can like feed off of. Like you have like I am trying to be a better person, and like it's such a pure energy that like I feed off of that so much. Like when I think about goals, when I think about like things that I want to do, I'm like, I want to channel that energy of like, let's do it. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Oh, honey, let's toss this salad. Let's have it. Let me serve. Okay. You are definitely not even joking. No, I'm so sorry. You've got the Southeast Asia, you're Singaporean, you're having something light. We're having pomelo in there. We're having pomelo. We're having some sort of, there's definitely a crunch in your, starting to start the butter lettuce. You are so sweet and tasty. And butter lettuce, like when I think of butter lettuce, like I think of those specifics. So nation at the American Club, they have these butter lettuce wraps with chicken in it. And I think of it like the lettuce, like hugging the chicken.
Yeah.
You are the lettuce. You like hug the chicken. You're a hug. Like you're a hug in a salad. So I'm imagining this like butter lettuce like around, and they're like a lot of hugs. And like that's what butter lettuce is. So you got the butter lettuce.
I'm just imagining like out of context, like Weilyn hugs chickens.
Weilyn hugs penguins. That would be a little bit more on brand, to be honest. But like,
true.
Maybe the brand is coming for you. I don't know. Definitely that. Definitely a crunch. Yeah. It's true. Definitely. I want to. Okay, so the crunch. I'm kind of in between two for you. We either have the classic like fried shallots, which are like on like the mini salads, which are fire, amazing. But then I'm also loving like a caramelized pecan for you, because like crunchy, kind of sweet, delicious on there. I also want your color. This is more of a visual element. Your salad is very colorful. We're having red bell peppers. We're having carrots. We're having yellow bell peppers. We're having crunchy, and I mean crunchy cucumbers. We're having cherry baby tomatoes that are sweet. We're having purple radish. Like your salad is colorful because you have such a variety of different interests and people and friends and ideas. And like that's expressed to you as a salad. Like you've got the full pride parade in your salad. Like this is a token. This is a June salad, if you will. And it's very well tossed. And I would say for dressing, here's where it is. You have lots of energy, you have lots of things. We're going to start with your salad dressing on the side, because your dressing is your energy. And as you go on the day, you're mixing it and you're pouring more salad in. It's like your faucet of energy. And it's a sweet. There's definitely honey in that because you love your oatmeal. That is your salad. That's the Weilyn salad for me.
Wait, that's such a good description.
Am I hungry?
Yeah, I'm like my stomach is gurgling.
Can I like, what's a Postmates? What is it? Sweet green? Can I send that to you? Is that how it works? Is that how it works?
I don't think there's a sweet green near me, but hopefully soon. Their salads are pretty good. Not gonna lie, I've had it like twice.
Wow. Damn. Imagine. Couldn't it be me? That sounds amazing though.
I know. Okay. Do you want to pick up our next one?
Let's do it. Let's do growth and goals 100.
Growth and goals 100?
Yes.
Your word for 2022.
Ooh. We've talked about this a lot. Haven't thought about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Intention. Do things with intention.
100%.
I'm definitely someone
Yeah.
who likes to just like put out a lot, say a lot, show a lot, do a lot. Sometimes I don't think about things before I do it. And I think if in 2022 I do a lot more things with intention, and I mean that with like relationships, with the work I do, with like who I am and how I treat myself, that would be a lot. It just made me feel clear and more like in touch with who I am. That's my word. What about you?
Yeah. 100%. Intention has, I feel like, being the top of mind. Intention and probably like purpose, like understanding like my purpose a little bit better of like, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, but also just like, what is my purpose for this year, I think is a big one for me. And I
love
think I
that.
find purpose through intention, which is
Ooh,
something, yeah, I know. I
you
was
give
thinking a
me
lot about
purpose.
oh my goodness, Justin Bieber, of
We
course,
love
of
him so
course.
much.
Lots of things, want to whittle it down, spend my
Yeah.
energy in places that give
Spend
me
your
energy
energy
back.
well. 100%. I was listening to this podcast yesterday and I was like, there's 3 things you have or like resources. It's your energy, money, and your time. That's it. That's literally all you
Yeah,
have. So choose it well. Choose it well where you're spending those 3 resources.
100%.
Complete side note, in 3rd grade, I went to 2 concerts, literal highlight of my life. I went to Justin Bieber, Baby 2.0, Taylor Swift, Speak Now. Wish I could
Oh
go
my,
back. Those 2 artists still popping up. I would be beyond to go to either of their concerts nowadays. My 3rd grade self,
yeah,
thriving. My current self, haven't gone
thriving.
to any concerts as a college person. Thank you, COVID.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
cray,
I
cray.
went to my first concert last year, which was
That's
an
so much
exciting
fun. That's
experience.
so
It
much
was so
fun.
much fun.
It's just a good
But I'm
vibe.
excited to do more. Like I feel like I want to like really step foot into that like part of culture. I don't know.
Intention. I love the intention, the
Intention.
purpose behind it too,
Purpose.
Weilyn. Oh my goodness.
Okay, let us
Beautiful.
do a couple more. I know we're kind of running short on time, but let's see. Let's
You're
do
up.
college craze. Let's do college
Let's
craze
go 400. Let's go cray.
400 crazy night out.
Oh, for you.
Uh,
All right.
yeah. Okay, let me think. Crazy night out. I feel like I'm very, not to bring us back to our word of 2022, but I'm very intentional when I go out because like my
Sorry, what is going out for you in Princeton? The vibe, the culture. What does that look
the
like right
vibe,
now?
the culture.
Yeah.
So we are a small town. We have no bar. I don't think we have any bars really or any clubs. We definitely do not have any pop-in clubs. So
Pop-in clubs.
most of our nights out happen like within Princeton's community at eating clubs, which are kind of like frats, but you also eat there. And so most people will like go on the street. Like some people go like it starts like usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not like big on the scene, but like I enjoy going out with some friends. So the one that I feel like sticks out to me the most is, let me see, probably like, probably Halloween was a really fun one. Like everyone getting really dressed up and like, oh my goodness. So we were like all like in one of the eating clubs and they were like playing all these music, like all these like different songs, and they played Taylor Swift right about the time
Game over.
she dropped her new Red album. And so like the
Taylor's
entire
version.
dance floor was like, I think it was they were playing You Belong With Me, which is not in the album, but everyone
I
had like
love
Taylor
that.
in the top of her mind,
Of
the
course.
whole place singing their hearts out. And it was like one of those experiences where I was like, I am a college student.
I am singing Taylor Swift. I am back where I am now. Taylor Swift does it. What I do love about college is like how cool it is that people come from such different backgrounds and places and that sort of thing. And there's a couple songs that just everyone knows and everyone can jam out to. Like I think that's something so special about music, like how a song can like just totally bring unison to a community. Really, really, really special.
100%.
Yeah.
What about you? Any crazy nights out?
Be honest, yes. In Shanghai, Shanghai was cray. I'm
Yeah.
not a drinker. I do not do that sort of thing, but I like to be around people who like to have fun. I don't like clubs in Shanghai at all. They're all full of smoke. I hate smoking. and it's all just people like super, super drunk and like trying to forget their lives. And I like my life. I don't really want to forget it. So no tea, no shade, but like that's not for me. But I do like having some fun with friends. One that I can think about in particular was I was with three of my good friends, and it was one of my friends last night in Shanghai. They were leaving. And the night started with always good food. You have to start with good food. Like without it, like fail the night. So home cooked risotto and like ordering pizza and salads and just good vibes. Then right, I was staying in Shanghai in an apartment by myself, and we wanted to go to the Bund, which is like the equivalent of like the skyline, the river, or whatever, the Seine, the Hong Kong landscape, like the big area where all the view photos are. So we decided to walk there, which was like 12 kilometers away at like midnight. So that was the first weird thing of the night. Listening to Sour album, of course. Getting there, then yeah, of course. Then we met two of our friends on the top of a really, really, really fun bar. And my two friends were a little tipsy to start, to say the least. And they were ready to have fun. It was our friend leaving. We were super excited. A couple weeks prior, we were away, and we discovered that what sabering is. Sabering is when you take, like, basically think of a saber, which is a sword, to say the least. And with the pressure of like putting it on like the spine of a champagne or a prosecco or some sort of sparkling wine, you can open it by just thrashing it or like skimming it, and it like cuts exactly the knife where it needs to be, like a smooth cut. Anyways, we did that somehow crazily with a knife, a butter knife. We did that away. So we're at this bar, and they attempt to do it again. Did not work. Oh no, they attempted to do it with a glass, with the bottom of a champagne glass. Like, you know how the champagne glasses are long? They tried to shape it. Glass equal broken. Did not work. They ended up just doing it that. So we're having fun, that sort of thing. It was maybe like 2 or 3. And my friend was leaving the next morning. And we'd been wanting to go to this bar for a long time called Speaklo, which is like, if you can look it up, it's like one of the top 20 bars in the world, and it's in Shanghai, and it's like a secret undercover bar. So, we got there. And when you got there, we thought we were in the wrong place, because like you go and it looks like a bookstore or something, unless like, and it's like when you do look on a secret knock, whatever you do, it's like, why are you here? We're like, we're here for, anyways, we got in, and the way it works is like there's 4 floors, and you have to be like invited up to each floor as you go up. So the first floor was already like kind of closed for the night, so we got to skip that. It was already like 2-3 a.m. So it was like first floor, like, everyone here is already cool enough to go to the second floor. So we got to the second floor. And like, when I tell you how creative the drinks were, like out of this world, purple wine, dry ice, Pirates of the Caribbean themed drink, like crazy stuff.
Wow.
We're sitting on the second floor, and of course we're trying to get to the third floor. We're here about goals and aspirations. We're getting aspirational. So we're like, when can we go up? So we're like waiting for people to come down so we can go up. Eventually we get up, but like it's like a maze to get into the third floor. So we get to the third floor. It's like this small house almost, and we see this map, and there's like all the main cities highlights, like New York, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Paris, London. They're all like highlighted. And then it's like you have to like push a button to get in. And obviously we're in Shanghai, so it's like you push Shanghai, and it like opens up the secret door, and you go inside, and it's something out of like a James Bond spy movie. Like, it's like the coolest bar ever. The drinks are just out of this world. Everyone there looks so cool. Everyone there looks like they're running a spy mission. Like, I was definitely the lamest person there. And it was just like the weirdest, coolest vibe ever. So then we got to the third floor. After a while, we're like, okay, how do we get to the fourth floor? So my good friend, who's just like infamous for literally just like talking to anyone and like just right place, right time kind of guy, he goes to the bathroom, and he comes out. He speaks Portuguese, and he found this guy who also tends to speak Portuguese, and this guy was on the 4th floor. He's like, I can invite you up. So we're like, 可以, we can. We got to the 4th floor. I don't know who these people were, but like, if you've seen the movie Crazy Rich Asians, like definitely related to that vibe, like 20-something-year-old kids with so much money on their, like, beyond, like Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, up to no end. WeChat Alipay, 10,000 RMB, 20,000, 40,000 RMB on drinks, like ridiculous. And we were up there, we were talking about like geography and politics and music. It was like the most delirious moment of my life. Like, I wasn't drinking, like I don't like to drink, but everyone was just in this like weird faux high, and it was so crazy. And we ended up leaving at like 5 or 6 in the morning. And then we came back to my apartment, and like the four of us, and then this is a long story, by the way. It was a long night.
Oh my goodness.
So there's this amazing store in Shanghai called Laura's Shop, which is pretty much just like a foreign shop, meaning they have like foreign stuff like cheeses and like cereals and stuff that are not Chinese, and it's open 24/7. They're famous. They're over expensive for sure, but they're just like the foreign store. So we got there at 6 a.m. Like, there's me and there's 3 college guys. What do they want? They're hungry literally every moment. So of course we're making a meal, and they know how to cook, which is good because I don't. So they're buying risottos, they're buying cheeses and creams, they're making risotto, asparagus, like Parmesan. They're chefing it up in my house. I'm thriving. We are cooking. There's a mess. They're also like, we're just like weird. The sun is rising. And then we sat down on my couch and we watched the movie Groundhog Day. And that was the end of the night.
That is truly a crazy, crazy night. Like, that's one that you'll remember for like the rest of your life. 100%.
Yeah, it was a long story, but it was definitely one to remember.
100%. Wait, I'm so glad that you shared on the podcast.
Of course.
It was like a roller coaster. I was like, are they going to get to the 4th floor?
Oh my goodness. And then we went to the airport the next day and almost missed the flight, which is always a classic move. Always a classic. When you're like, oh, we're going to wake up and see sunrise. Did not. Almost missed the flight. Absolutely fantastic for everyone. And oh my goodness, my friend, you have to pick up you have to have a COVID test before you fly. Yeah. They did the test so last minute. We were literally en route to the airport, picked up the COVID test results on the way to the airport. So that was a little stressful. We got it. We finished. It was a weird night. Okay. Want to do one last one?
Yeah, let's do one more to finish us off.
Is it my turn or your turn?
Your turn.
Let's do fun. Yeah. Let's do the world needs to know 400. Let's go crazy.
What is something that you wish people knew about you?
Okay, here's one. This is a little thing. I wish people knew. This is kind of what you were saying earlier. Like, I wish people knew that I'm like a more sensitive and gentle. Like, I feel like I'm super rough and like tough, and I put up this like tough, I'm really not. And yeah, so I'm very gentle and sensitive, and I want the world to know that.
You have a gentle soul. You do.
What about you, Weilyn?
What about me? Let me think. I feel like I wish people knew. I feel like in high school it was definitely like I wish people knew that I didn't have my shit together. But I feel like now people know that I don't have my shit together. Oh my God. So I feel like now it's more just like I wish people knew that I wish people knew that I genuinely like care a lot, and like I want truly like I want to be there for people like as much as I can. And like sometimes I feel like as a friend, like when I say like, oh, like I want to be there for you, like how can I help, like it's like such a like, oh, like they want to help but like they're not actually there for you. But like I want to be like yeah, I don't know, I like really try to be that person for other people. So
no, that's a good point. Cause like I think sometimes when people like offer, no, like I'm here to help you, you're like, yeah. Like even now I'm moving to Paris and I have all these people saying like, no, I want to help you. And like, I don't believe it. And I don't know if that's like a me thing, but like I don't genuinely believe that like other people want to be there and help me in the same way that like I would, or seem that you would. So yeah, no, I understand what you mean. It's true.
Let's see if there's any fun ones to end us off.
Yeah.
Just on like a funny
do it.
No. Let's see. Let's highlight all of them. Any of these that speak to you.
Let's do your favorite toe. Is that what it was supposed to be?
Yeah, I don't know why. That's I was thinking so cute. That would
That's
be just
so
like a
funny.
funny one.
I feel like we have to do it
Should
now. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll end on that. Your favorite toe? I'm a little insecure about my pinky toe, so I feel like we gotta give it a little love today.
Mine like kind of twists. It looks like a braid.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Oh, okay. This is like a random fun fact I learned in like a yoga class one time, but like you have no idea how much balance your big toe provides for you. Like if you don't have your big toe, like you will topple. So give your big toe some love. Also I run a lot, so my feet are disgusting. Like they've got blisters all the time, particularly in my big toes. So not my favorite toe, but definitely my most worn out toe, if that ever is an award, literally ever.
Your toe story.
My toe story. My crazy toe story. Oh my God. When that becomes a trend on YouTube, please let me know. Yeah. I will be there. 100%.
Just know that we started it right here, right now on Kinda All Good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything, honestly. Probably, I'm going to be honest. I've never had a thought in my entire life, in my 20 years up until now, about my second or fourth toe. Ever. Literally ever.
Yeah, I never think about my fourth toe.
No,
it's
sorry.
Never
the only
there.
time the toe that's next to my biggest toe is kind of taller.
Your index toe?
My index toe, if you will. My index toe is kind of taller than my big toe. So sometimes I'm like, hey, like, get down, girl. Like, that's not your role. Like, not your role. Get down.
That's funny.
But yeah, I've literally never thought about my second tiniest toe, like, ever. I've never, like, ever focused on her. You know, like, you're in meditation, you're like, focus on your finger. Never had a focus on her ever in my life. So that's a shout out to everyone here. Focus on your second smallest toe. Yeah.
Your ring toe.
Your ring toe. Exactly. On that lovely ring toe of a note. Oh, like, what's your, it's not your ringtone. What's your ring toe? Oh my God.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on Kinda All Good this week. Kind of starting season, what is this? Our season 2 of Kind of All Good?
I like it. It feels fresh. I like this. This was fun. Let us know if you guys like this too. Like, Weilyn and I are just playing around. We want to have fun. We want to be like, we want to bring on people on the podcast too, like our friends and people to play like games and just have fun with it. Of course, a deeper conversation, but we don't want it to be like so serious all the time, because like that's not life. And like, we don't want it to feel like this pressure, like carry of emotional weight. We just want to like talk the way we do talk. And all the time it's like lots of banter and stories and fun. And I think this can be super helpful. So yeah, let us know if you like it. Rate and review. It really helps us a lot on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, and reach out. All the links will be linked in the description below. Like, if you want to talk and do anything with us, everything's linked below. So don't worry about that.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.